Well, we're here with London for episode 7. London was a former player with us in the 2004 program and is now a Lady of the Lake University. And we've got another co-host, Brendan.
I'm back.
Oh,
Brendan's
you're
back as
back.
well.
The studio's changed a bit from the first episode, Martin.
Yeah, is it a little bit better?
Well, like I said, I like the kitchen. I like
Missing the
kitchen,
snacks,
but
huh?
Yeah, the snacks. No snacks, but no, it's a nice setup. Yeah.
So and you coached London, so again, it's like a perfect co-host.
Yeah.
You have that relationship with her.
4 years, right? Under 16, under 17, or 3 years.
Yeah, it was like 2.5, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you joined the spring of your under 16 season. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So why don't we start there? Got a few things to go over today. But I'd like to hear about how it all started with soccer, how you got into it, and then how you found your way to sort of our club.
So growing up, I've kind of always played with the ball. My cousins played a lot, so I kind of always playing in the backyard. And my dad loved the sport, so he kind of winged me into it a little bit. But I didn't actually ever play on the official team until, like Brendan said, kind of my freshman year, sophomore year of high school. And my best friend Grace was actually on the team, and she my best friend at the time, so still is. But I was like, okay, of course I want to play with you guys. And then emailed Brendan, played with him, had a tryout. Thankfully, it went well. Except, do you remember?
Yeah,
I caught the ball.
I know. Yeah, I was going
the
to bring
very
that up.
first
Yeah,
game I played with him in the middle because
there's more than just that.
My yellow card.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's going to fight with the referee and she had an intentional handball in the first ever
So-
time she played with us.
I feel like we're skipping 8 years here. But so this is your debut for the club.
Debut for the club. Yeah, it was my tryout.
Okay, so what's happened, Brendan?
So before the yellow card, it was in the first half, and we were playing out at the CE fields. It was it might have been like a Tiger tournament or there used to be a local showcase. I think that's what it was. It was a showcase. So honestly, she would have been sent off if it wasn't a showcase.
Right.
But they play like a direct free kick. London's plays an outside back and just hands up, catches the ball.
And you're not playing goalkeeper.
Let me give you some
are
context though. In high school, I was playing goalkeeper at this time. I started the games as goalkeeper and then would go into on the field the second half.
Did you ever play goalkeeper though? London wasn't a keeper.
No,
for you.
I never played keeper here.
Maybe
no.
like one game out of like necessity.
Yeah.
Maggie missed or something like that. But
I never played. Yeah.
But then the yellow card. I remember it was you like getting in a arguing match with the referee. I don't think you got carded for the actual foul. I think it was like you getting up.
Do you remember what the foul was? Because that stays with me forever.
Vaguely.
Were you feisty?
Yes.
I was going to say no, but according to Brendan, yes. It was like I was running and I was going to pass the ball back to the goalkeeper at the time, and I got fouled from behind, and I like landed on the ball, and the girl kept kicking the ball as I was on top of it, and I was like, I'm over this, and I just chunked it at her.
That's right.
And then the ref was like shouting at me, and I was like, well, you didn't call anything, like she's kicking me, and then I got a card. So handball and a card, debut game, and you somehow brought me on. Yeah.
Brendan,
take more of that, please.
What have I done? So before you got to us, did you play recreational, or did you play like a YMCA,
no.
or it was always just in the backyard
Yeah, it
with
was
like
just
your
kind
dad
of-
or your friends?
Yeah.
You were playing on like a co-ed team, like a women's team or something.
Yeah, I
like
played
that,
with
right?
3 games on a co-ed team on Sunday League.
Yeah.
And I was, yeah.
That's how it was presented to me.
Yeah.
Grace was like, "Oh, my friend plays. She plays at Madison." Because
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
playing in high school,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously. Yeah. But she's never played club before, and I was like, "Awesome, great."
He's like, great,
Yeah,
another
yeah.
one.
But I mean, it obviously worked out.
Yeah.
Worked out for the best. So yeah.
Thankfully, yeah.
Okay, so what was the 2 years like playing for Brendan?
I think if I didn't have Brendan as a coach, I mean, granted, I only ever had Brendan, so I can't speak about it truthfully like that, but I think Brendan made me fall in love with the sport more than I ever thought I would.
Okay.
Because I had so much fun playing under Brendan.
Yeah.
He was one of those coaches that
This guy.
he was one of those coaches that made sure everything was done right, but also made sure that we all had fun.
Yeah.
So I think, again, like if I had a coach that just shouted all the time, made us run all the time, I would have been like, no way am I doing this for another 4 years.
Right.
But I mean, we only ever ran if we got in trouble, which is hopefully rarely. But yeah,
I don't
like
think I made y'all run
yeah.
ever.
I think we ran once, and I remember
Maybe.
us being like, wow, that was weird. Brendan made us run. But yeah, like I think Brendan as a person, Brendan as a coach, he cares a lot about the players and the people they are rather than just how the team does.
Yeah.
So I think having that foundation, and especially it being my first time on like an official team, kind of made me want to keep playing.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Were there any struggles in the 2 years?
Oh,
or the couple of
definitely.
years that you had with us.
I mean,
And how did you kind of overcome them?
I didn't, like I said, I didn't play on an official team, so it was kind of weird to then have to rely on other people for us to win a game. You know, like it was never just like, yes, I'd play in a Sunday league, but in Sunday league, it's you kind of dribble through all the people and you score and okay, next one, you know.
Go full Martin Smith. Just
Yeah.
down the left wing, whip the ball in, no problem.
But yeah, and then it was hard to go from kind of playing in a Sunday league to then playing in an environment with people my own age. And that I think that speed of play not made me question myself as a player, but it definitely was like, well, am I built for this?
Right.
And I remember Brendan specifically telling me once, like, be confident in who you are. Like, you have all the potential there, but you need to trust yourself as much as I trust you.
How would you describe him as a coach?
That's tough because I don't think that one word could do justice for the way Brendan coaches and the way
Be a co-host more often, Martin.
start bringing back everyone on your team, huh?
Just look at him over. He's loving this, isn't he?
But yeah, like I said, he is someone who makes you fall in love with how the game works. And as an outside back, it was kind of in the transition period where outside backs were now starting to play higher. We were starting to get involved in the attack more. And I had played forward in high school, so I had never played defense before. So I think struggling from going to forward to defender also was like another like, I don't know if I can do this because I'd love to go up and I would never love to come back. But Brendan did a very good job at describing how my position was supposed to play. And I think if I didn't have that clarity, I would have probably gone up and still never came back. And we probably would have lost a lot more games because I would just be up top. But yeah, like I said, he does a very good job at making things understandable, but still making sure that the job gets done efficiently. Because he could have spent those 2 years telling me, just go up, hope for the best, you know, but...
I did do that a couple times. I mean, there was definitely some games where I would throw her up top and be like, just please go.
Just run.
Out, please, because it's not worth. To her point, I mean, we didn't scoring goals was a struggle as a lot of teams I coach. But yeah, I mean, there was definitely, I mean, to her point, like she was a very versatile player, and I think even at Our Lady of the Lake, like her freshman year, she got moved to center back. So she played... And then now she's a goalkeeper. So versatility is like, so there was, if I needed the goal and there's 5 minutes left and I can look and say, you just go up top and we'll find you and we'll figure it out. And again, you trust her because she more often than not would. Well, there was one game where I swear to God, she had 8 shots. I don't think any of them hit the target, but that's okay. She
8 shots though.
she did her job for the, at a good level.
What I was going to ask Brendan was, and you just said it there, like the versatility, but how would you describe London as a player?
Oh, I just spoke highly of you.
And also, like, how was she in training as well?
No, she, and to her credit, and she's like, it sounds super cliche, but like first one there, last one to leave. Like I never had to ask London to pick up stuff, or I never had asked London to start a warm up, or I never had asked London to do anything. It was just the type of person she is. It's just ingrained in her and like we coach the high school girls now, and we know that can be a struggle with that age group in terms of like finding people that are. It's just like natural leaders that you don't have to like. I remember there was one game it was y'all senior year, and it was at ASP, but the 11s or somebody at the time was playing like it across town, and I didn't have we didn't have a coach to cover. I literally was like, hey, London, here's the lineup. Like I have to leave at halftime. Like,
you told me about that.
Yeah, like, your team manager's gonna stand on the sideline, but just y'all figure it out because I trust you. So like the intangibles she has, I think are as good as I've ever been around, and that carried on in college. Like in I was with her freshman year, Our Lady of the Lake, and like the freshmen at Our Lady of the Lake have to carry the equipment and do all that stuff, but she didn't care. Like she'd been doing it for 4 years. Like it was really natural for her.
So you came over here at under 16.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know she was going to make it to college? Under 16, 17, when she was with us?
I think like that spring season, she's trying to find her footing. I'm trying to find the best role for her. I think going into her junior year, I was again, like obviously great play, but a lot of times it's if they want to. Or if not, if they want to necessarily, but if they have the kind of the focus or the commitment to the discipline, I guess, to do all the other things besides just play. And she had that. That wasn't the hard part. So I knew as soon as she was like, "I want to play in college," I was like, "Okay, well then, you're gonna," because you take every single box in terms of what colleges are going to look for. So
The hard part was me catching the ball, huh? As a field player.
Yeah. After the first game, it was fine.
When did it, at our club, when did it click for you that you knew you wanted to go and play at college?
It was funny because Brendan and Brandon had actually spoken to both of our teams at once, saying like, you guys are now at the age where you need to decide like if you want to take that next step. And I remember as soon as they had said that, I was like, I want to.
Right.
Because, and like I said, it was all credit to Brendan, honestly. I mean, obviously to my family and stuff too, but he made me fall in love with the sport because it was always fun to me, but it was never like, I wanted it to become something I did every day. And then I played on his team and I was like, I want to do this forever. Like I want to go play for 4 more years. I want to be able to play competitively as long as I can. But yeah, it was that conversation that we had with the team. And I remember looking at everyone and everyone was like, yeah. And I was like, yes, like I want to play. But yeah, like it was all him.
And then we had I don't know if you remember this, but we Danny Otten set up like a showcase.
Out here.
Yeah. In-house showcase.
It's good, wasn't it? Yeah.
And we were under 17s because I think we played our 05 girls, or maybe like Lions 05 girls. I can't remember, but Arthur was there. The head coach at the time was there. The head coach at Our Lady Lake at the time came out because Danny and I were on staff. And he was like, "What players? I'm looking for this. What players?" I was like, right there, number 15, or that was your number.
Yeah,
I think, right? Yeah, number
impressive.
15.
You remember that.
But I was like, that's you need to watch and just keep an eye on. And if you have any questions, talk to Danny and I afterwards. And he came over and was like, no, like you're spot on. And we run our 17s because you didn't commit to your senior year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like beginning of senior year.
Yeah. So I think that was in the spring of your under 17 season that we hosted that event. So yeah, I mean, I think in just going back to like what makes London special, like we did like the kind of like a big sister things with the 2011s and the 2004 girls, and a lot of the 2004 girls like took it semi seriously, but London had Toby, who's still here, and just like Toby, just best role model you could possibly ask for.
Yeah.
But Toby I bought Toby a fish, would buy Toby
Yeah.
candy, would like show up to Toby's games, like just again a bunch of stuff she didn't need to do, but like she went above and beyond to do it, and now Toby does that for the younger ones, and I guarantee you it goes back
so it's
to
rubbed off.
Like, yeah,
it's rubbed off on Toby.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and like Mary Emma remembers London, like Toby's sister. So it's I mean she's just a one in a million in terms of you coach players that are do the intangible stuff well, but maybe aren't very good as players. You coach players that are really talented but have the worst character or ethic or whatever in the world. Very rarely do you get it all wrapped into one like you do with
the complete package.
Yeah.
One might say. So can we
hyper competitive, which I think is like
which is what you
hyper
love.
competitive.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You want to play on a Brendan Johnson team, you have to be hyper competitive. So,
Exactly.
can we jump across to the recruiting process then?
Yeah.
And what did it look like for you?
Well, I specifically remember asking Brendan, like, what do I do? Because it's like, I want to play, but it's like, you never really understand like what it takes to play at that next level. And he was like, just email anyone and everyone you possibly can. And he was like, make a video of like all your best highlights and like send it to me. I'll watch it. I'll tell you like what should be added, what should be taken off, like how long it needs to be, like what you need to highlight and everything. And I emailed a lot of people and I got a lot of replies, but knowing Brendan had worked at Our Lady Lake at the time, it was not like my way in, but it had drawn focus to a school I've never heard of before. And I've always wanted to stay local. I'm a big family person, so I never really wanted to go anywhere far. And so whenever he had mentioned like, oh yeah, like Arthur is interested, I was like, this is perfect. Like this is my opportunity. But yeah, like it all started with Brendan kind of guiding me in like the emails, the film, and kind of the constant communication of like reaching out to people, going to ID camps and all that stuff.
And it was during COVID, like pretty much like spot on, right? Because when did you graduate high school? What year?
2027.
Yeah. Okay. So like that, I remember we did like virtual sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So I would set up 15-minute blocks if you want to talk to me about whatever it was really. But like we did one where it was college recruiting and like specific to that, and just I think trying to provide them with as much information, especially in that time where like we can't be at the field. So like this is really the only interaction like you're gonna have with me or any other coach you want to talk to. You have to be good at emailing and doing stuff like that.
And I think something you did very well was that you brought in college players at the time who spoke to us.
That's right. Like we did that during COVID, where I had like my friend who played at the University of Texas, I had Yoli from Our Lady of the Lake did it. There was during COVID I did it like once a week where I'd bring in a former or a current or former college player and speak to the O4 girls.
Yeah, and they definitely like guided us in that process and kind of told us like, oh, this is specifically what college coaches are looking for. So yeah, I think that was massive.
You're still doing that because you did that with the 2010 girls recently before the Lone Star Showcase. You came into the office after training.
And like now that we have the space, obviously it's easier for me to get them all in one place at the same time. And before we went to Phoenix, we did I had them come in for an hour. That they all brought their computers and I told them.
So you found that pretty crucial.
Yeah, no, definitely.
What was that? Why you chose Our Lady of the Lake? Primarily because of Arthur and because of Brendan, or was there any other reason you looked at the school?
Definitely the fact that it was local was huge. Like I said, I've always wanted to stay local, and then kind of not having played on a team for a long time, I was definitely worried going into a program I've never heard of. But I think having a familiar face there, and at that time, Sam Nava had played on the team, and I went to high school with her. So I was like having people I know there that can help me, kind of guide me. And kind of like ease my first year in, definitely kind of swayed me that way because I wanted to go somewhere where I could feel like I knew someone.
And I think at the time Danny he wasn't there your freshman year, but I think during the recruiting process Danny was still at Our Lady of the Lake. So there was just a bit of
familiarity. Yeah.
Did you were there any shocks in the recruiting process for you? Like any surprises, anything like like if you missed an email or you missed a deadline, or was there anything you had to be particularly mindful of?
I think kind of informing coaches about when you're playing, where you're playing, because there was one time where I had messaged someone. I was like, oh yeah, I'm playing this weekend, and I forgot to tell them when and where.
Right.
And so
they just hit you with a good luck.
Yeah, like I don't know why.
Two kind of big pieces of information missing there, really, wasn't it? So
like I don't know why I just at the time was just like they're just gonna know.
Right.
Like I don't know why I just thought it was like universal that I'm playing in this place, like you would know.
Yeah.
So I think I think kind of realizing how specific I needed to be and kind of how detail oriented but short an email needed to be.
Yeah.
Which I think is such a weird concept because no one wants to read a very lengthy email about how I've only played 2 years club and but and I think that was a big shock to me, was trying to find a way to convince people that I was good enough to play college even though I've only played club for 2 years.
What advice would you both give to the young players wanting to play at college at the moment then? Because you're obviously going through it with the 2010s. I mean, they're under 16s. They're starting that process. Mm-hmm. What advice would you both give to them?
The two things for me is, one, I think there's a lot of players that don't think they're good enough to play college soccer. And that is, I don't want to say it's not the case for everybody, but like if there's so many programs, like your freshman year, we played against a school that had 7 players.
Yeah.
You remember that? So like if anyone, I don't want to say anyone, that's not true, but like the second one I was trying to make is like the ground, like the footwork you put in, like the hard work you put in, not on necessarily in the field, but reaching out to programs,
mm-hmm.
like you can find a good fit if you're at a decent level, and again, or if you want to go to, I think it was like Paul Quinn that had 8 players on their team, so go play for them.
Yeah.
But like one, it's like a confidence thing that I think our players or just players in general don't fully appreciate how elite they are at the sport, because even like you look at the freshmen on the 2010 girls, half of them or more than half of them are on varsity for 5A and 6A schools. Like that puts them immediately in the top 5% of the player pool in San Antonio for that age group.
Yeah.
So that they're already at a really good level. But they then need to do the groundwork, because to London's point, schools aren't going to like come tracking down.
And that's what you that was one of the biggest things, was the communication.
Mm-hmm. Because I think you kind of have that whole idea of like, oh, if you want to play, someone's going to come find me.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not the case. You have to go showcase yourself.
Yeah.
And I think
to advocate for yourself.
Yeah, you definitely do. And my advice would be to not discredit other divisions, because whenever you hear wanting to play college soccer, everyone's like, oh, I want to go D1. I want to go play at UT. I want to go play at Texas A&M. But I mean, I played at NA high school, and we tie D1 schools all the time.
Yeah.
You cannot discredit a university or a school just because they're not in a D1 division.
Yeah, and we had girls transfer in. I think you were there, right, with Edie and Kate.
Yeah.
We had girls from UT RGV and UTEP come in and think they're going to walk into the 11 of an NAIA school. And I mean, the players I just mentioned did not see a ton of time at Our Lady of the Lake. So the number one thing, though, to London's point, is advocate for yourself. Because, like, it's just, you have to put yourself out there. And, again, if you're playing at the level that a lot of our players are playing at, the ability's there. You have to kind of believe in yourself on the field and also believe in yourself that, all right, if I put the work in with emails and communication and FaceTime, coach, not that like iPhone FaceTime, putting yourself in front of coach as best you can, you're going to be just fine in terms of your options for finding a
Did you send a lot of video in?
I did. And
was that important?
Very. And I think also inviting coaches and telling them specifically when and where you're playing. But I also, like to Brendan's point, going up to a coach and shaking their hand and introducing yourself is massive. I remember I did that with Arthur at the time, and whenever I had started, he was like, that was big to me. Because especially in our generation now, like you don't have a lot of people shaking hands anymore. You don't have the eye contact. You don't have the mannerisms that a lot of people still look for. So I think just being very professional, but being yourself is massive.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. So you've left our club, foot's in the door. It's Our Lady of the Lake. Here we come.
Yep.
What was your biggest shock in your first semester?
A lot.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a loaded question.
Okay. Barring that incident.
Yeah. On the field.
On the field. I mean, but you said you're a family person.
Yeah.
So staying away from family, was that a shock? Was it living in dorms? Was it having, to share bathrooms or anything like that? What was the biggest kind of like shock to you?
Well, I actually
in
lived at home.
Oh,
so that was kind of nice. But I think the biggest shock for me was not playing, which I know sounds stereotypical to say as a freshman, but you go from playing on a club team, being a starter, playing in high school, being a starter, doing so well in your high school, getting named to like all conference teams and stuff. And then you go in and you expect like, oh, I'm just like he said, you're just going to walk on and be in this 11.
Yeah.
Was I wrong?
Did you get any minutes in your first year?
I think probably 30,
right.
if that.
More than 30. If you count preseason games.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Had you gone in as a goalkeeper though, or are you still playing out on the field?
No, I was outside back, and then like Brendan said, I moved to center back at one point.
We played at back three for a bit.
Yeah.
And that you moved into kind of one of those three. But also like that's just we at the time, like we had an All-American center back. We had like our back four was pretty so it's just a tough
it was a tough
job to kind of step into.
Tough back line to join.
Yeah, exactly.
And I suppose you're just coming out of club as well, going into college, which we know college is harder than club. What was harder in the college game than like your club training with Brendan? Like, I mean, you could list off things like speed, physicality, mentality, but what sort of separated the college players then?
Definitely speed of play.
Okay.
I visited a couple of times to practice with them, and I was winded. And I thought we played fast when we were with Brendan. No, we played so incredibly fast, Our Lady of the Lake. And so like just speed of play and then like your thought process, how quickly you need to think is insane. Right. So those two were like the very big things that I think were different. But I mean, just the style of play, like we now, like I was telling you earlier, we play in a very attack heavy kind of formation, and just kind of adapting to everyone's style of play and the coach's style of play, because Brendan didn't coach the same way Arthur coached. I mean, he definitely had the same ideas and stuff, but it was two very different formations. With Brendan, we never played a 3-back. And then now we are.
For anyone that didn't know, what was your position at Our Lady of the Lake?
I was like the goalkeeper coach and second assistant. So I always worked with the goalkeepers. If players, if we traveled and there was, not everyone always traveled. So I would work with the players that didn't travel at times. My last year there, it was when we actually had a decent sized staff at that point, right? Because it was Nat, right? Nat.
Yeah.
Gabby was a former goalkeeper that would also come out and help me, and then Max was an assistant also with Arthur. So there was 5 of us. So that last year I was just goalkeepers because I was a bit more involved here. But when it was just me, Danny, and Arthur, I did pretty much. I mean, I did a lot. Worked with the goalkeepers, would travel when I could and stuff like that. But yeah, goalkeeper coach, second assistant.
Did like the head coach lean on you for advice? Like,
not really. More so. I mean, him and Danny had worked together for quite. And when I got hired, I was 24, so I was still really young. And again, like I kind of just stayed off. Goalkeepers know this, but you just train off in the corner by yourself. So like that, like I just picked a little spot on the field and said, "All right, I'm gonna be there."
Who's that guy over there?
Yeah,
that's the goalkeepers
correct,
union.
Correct. But yeah, it was. And then like in the spring, maybe my second and third year there, I ran like we did like 3 6 a.m. workouts, and I would run the 6 a.m. workouts every once in a while and stuff like that. But it was generally, man, I was just with the goalkeepers,
okay,
which I preferred. I was fine with that, but yeah,
that ties in nicely with the next question in London. How we have 3 training sessions. Well, for our top teams, right, at the club, 3 training sessions a week. That's it, 90 minutes.
Yeah.
How different is it in the college environment to the club? Like, what's your training week look like? He's just said 6 a.m. workouts over there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no 6 a.m.s this year, but usually.
Please gone soft.
Yeah.
Gone soft.
We do train every day, hour and a half, 2 hours, depending how well we're doing in training. Maybe sometimes even longer. But yeah, it's most days 12:30 to 2:30. You're picking the hottest part of the day because you kind of want to get used to playing in that heat. And it is as soon as 12:30 hits, we're going full pace, 100% the entire practice. And then afterwards, straight to the weight room.
Okay.
So it's
that's new. Yeah, that was
yeah, it's different now. But yeah, and then like I said, it's every day. We have weekends off occasionally unless we play.
Yeah.
But it's
do you do weights after every single training session?
only so we do it 3 times a week.
Okay.
So we have a 2-day break. So we go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and
is that just
in
for the
weight room.
spring though, right? Not
Yeah,
for the
just
fall?
for the spring.
So the ones they do afterwards are the ones we would do in the morning.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah.
I think we did do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 a.m.s. I'm having like PTSD thinking about it. 2:30.
Yeah.
My gosh, but yeah. I mean, it is just as someone who's coached in both environments, it is wildly different. But then it's also nice to like be able to bring so much of that stuff over that from the college level and trying to implement it as much as we can. But it's just a different. I mean, it's your full-time job.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
You're getting paid to be there.
Yeah.
Full-time job on top of being a full-time student. So
Yeah.
it is. I'm not envious of
How
any of it.
How important is nutrition and recovery? Is it built into your training program?
Massively now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because you're in high school at the time when you play club, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna eat hot chips and ice cream before. I remember
Stuff I would see
specifically
Well,
showing up
I
with
mean,
a milkshake in hand and being like, ready to
I
train.
can remember my first year at university, and I can tell you right now, my diet was shocking.
It wasn't
So-
chicken and
Rice.
It was not.
Yeah,
It was not
yeah.
chicken and rice.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, do they track it? Is your nutrition tracked, or is it? There's a trust process. We're going to trust that you, as the athlete and as the player, is going to take care of your body. Here's what we want you to do or eat or whatever, and then you have to do it yourself, or
Yeah, so we don't track it. I mean, you could track it individually if you want, but it's just kind of a trust process. And the way our coaches have it now is that you're an adult, right? You take care of yourself, and they have that trust that you want to be the best that you can be on the field, so you're going to take care of your body off the field.
Okay.
Doesn't go that way.
And so kind of tying back to the last question, I have goalkeeper trainings an hour before practice starts. And so being the only goalkeeper and then having to go goalkeeper training and then weight room, eating is key.
Yeah.
Because I will start at 11:30 and I won't finish till 3. So
Okay.
having those like mid-practice snacks during the little water breaks we get, and just making sure I eat a breakfast that is definitely going to fuel me enough to get me through those trainings is definitely important.
Where do you get the time to
Yeah.
do
So wait,
your
what's your
work?
school schedule? Yeah. Like
Yeah.
how what does a full day then look like for you?
Well, so I'm a master's student
yeah, you
now,
don't
so
really-
yeah. So I don't have
That's true.
classes
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
They're all online.
Yeah.
So I don't really have to worry about like, oh, I need to go to class from 8 to
Yeah.
9 and then I need to fit this time in, which is why we kind of picked an hour before training for goalkeeper sessions. But typical day in my life, wake up. I told mine is wake up early, because if not, it's going to end bad for me in goal.
Right.
And then homework, because I'm doing master's program at Our Lady of the Lake and then a master's program at Texas State.
Of course you are.
Yeah, overachiever, huh? So yeah, if I don't do it then, I definitely won't do it when I get home because I'm going to be exhausted from all of that I have done.
Yeah.
And then I'm old now, so I have to go to the trainers, definitely take care of myself, and then train, eat some snacks during the day,
Yeah.
and then eat a big meal when I get home.
I mean, it's impressive being able to handle all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive. So
It's what 5 hours
well,
of hard training a day.
yeah. I mean, well done to you. Okay, so moving on, how has soccer changed you as a person then, you think?
Oof, that's good. I think it's definitely brought me a lot of discipline,
Okay.
because with the schedule you have to be willing to find time to better yourself off the field. And I think wanting to be the best you can be on the field kind of conveys off the field, because
Yeah.
you're now in that same thought of like, oh, I want to be the best version of myself for the people on my team. So like I said, it translates to off the field of now I want to be the best version of myself again for those people, for the program, right? I want to make a good name for the school. And I think being on a team with 20 something other girls, like you feel the need to take care of each other. Like it really does become a family at that point. And you never want to be a bad person to your family.
Yeah.
So it definitely pushes you to be the best version of yourself.
Okay. That's great. What does a good week look like for you? That is like away from soccer.
Like, what do I just? Oh,
Like-
that's weird.
Like, what's a good week like? Is it time spent with family?
Yeah.
Is it having time to go to the movies? It's like, what is like a definition of like a good week for you? Is it good recovery? Is it getting to watch your favorite Netflix
12
show?
hours of sleep.
Is it
Four,
yeah.
four
Well,
straight days.
yeah, Brendan, we know that's yours.
When I can get it. Yeah.
What's so funny is I don't like to take time off, like from just in general. So like
you
if
can't rest outside of games.
no, because then I don't want to get into the habit of like being not relaxed, because that sounds bad, but I don't like to just sit still and waste time, because
Right.
I'm one of those people that I don't like to take things for granted. I know I had technically now 5 years to play. Like I didn't want to waste a single moment of
Yeah.
those 5 years. So as soon as I have a time off, I'm doing something that's going to better me for my future. I'm doing homework. I'm reading studies. I'm reading newspaper articles, or I see
You and
you
I are different.
shaking
like,
your head over there.
species, so, like,
Okay,
it's just
can I-
crazy.
Reading.
Outside of our games, Brendan, what does a good week look
yeah,
for
let's,
you?
let's hear it.
Not leaving my apartment
Mm,
for
yeah,
a week. Is that,
Yeah, and does it involve lots of
yeah,
Dos Equis
I'm-
as well?
yeah,
Brendan?
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm definitely not reading newspaper
Yeah.
articles or doing homework. I can
No research articles for you.
promise you that. Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been a nerd, and you've known that. I'm so excited to have a future that
Yeah.
I'm just so eager
But
to like.
I think that's brilliant. 'Cause it speaks to your personality, your character,
Yeah.
that determination,
Yeah.
that desire that you've had. I mean,
So yeah, I'm never sitting still.
never sitting
Yeah.
still, always moving forward,
Yeah.
always getting better.
I'm always doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's brilliant. All right, look, just to close up on a couple of last
Mhm.
sort of things. Is there one thing you wish you would have worked on earlier?
This is gonna sound like, I think, cliche, but footwork. I don't think people realize how important footwork is. And I mean, just even like small cuts, like dribbling and then changing speed very quickly. Like such small things are massive in the game. Like outbursts as soon as you cut the ball, like the takeoff after that is massive. I mean, obviously now I'm goal, so it doesn't matter as
It's
much.
just standard, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting to stand there is really nice. But yeah, I think just those small things like footwork, like I said, and then like your touch, massive, especially in the college level. Your touch you can go forward and you're getting the ball swiped right out from under you. But kind of having translated that off the field, I think working on myself. And I know, again, that kind of sounds a little cliche, but I think I was very and I still very am focused on like, oh, I want to be the best I am from my team. But I really wish I spent more time being the best I can for myself. Kind of taking more appreciation for the things like I enjoy doing, and taking the time at the end of the day rather than, oh, let me watch film and let me do all this. It's like, let me relax for a second. But we both just described that I can't relax. But
Yeah, I was just hang on a minute.
yeah, but it's funny because the older I get, I'm making it sound like I'm ancient now. But I've really started to find the appreciation for doing things for myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I wish I would have worked on a long time ago.
Okay.
It's like finding the small things that I enjoy doing myself, because now that soccer is coming to an end for me soon, I'm like, what do I enjoy doing?
Do you is there anything you miss about those days with Brendan and the 04 girls?
Oh,
Only 3 nights a week, probably. Only 90 minutes a day. instead
showing
of
up, drinking a
5 hours.
milkshake. Yeah. I still enjoy soccer just as much, but I think I miss that, like the very beginning stages of falling in love with the sport, because now, I mean, I still, like I said, I love playing the sport, but I miss that, like coming out and being so excited to be on the team. Again, I still am, but like it was just different with that team. It was my first team, you know?
Yeah.
So like those people will always have a special place in my heart.
100%.
Yeah, so I definitely do reminisce about those nights a lot. And then this Texas sunset, practicing when the sun's going down, like just getting to see all that, getting to be with all the people I enjoyed being with. And then I think it was nice because Brendan was kind of close to us in age, not massively close, but
Also really young.
yeah, like you were so young that we could also still joke with him. And I think in the college game, yes, you can joke with your coach, but it's a little bit more professional than we probably us bullying Brendan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do reminisce about those days a lot, and those are back to the easy days. Getting to drink the milkshake before practice, French fries before practice. Yeah.
For years.
That's great. That's great. Last couple of things then. We spoke about like advice, or you spoke about giving advice, both of you, for the recruitment process. For the players that are in high school playing right now, that are chasing that college dream, what would you say to them? They're a couple of years out.
Yeah.
They're chasing it. What would you say to them right now?
I'm going to say to them what Brendan said to me: trust yourself. You have the potential, but you need to trust yourself. And you need to be confident with who you are and who you are as a player.
Yeah.
And I think also another massive thing is finding people around you who support you just as much as your coach does.
Yeah.
Because if I had just had Brendan, I would have probably not played college soccer, because I would have been like, only one person thinks I can. Like, maybe I'm not good enough. And Brendan's just saying that because he's my coach. But I had my family, everyone on our team was so excited when I committed. Like, they all really wanted you to succeed. And I think surrounding yourself with people who want you to succeed is huge.
Yeah. You just mentioned family there. Is there anything that you think parents shouldn't worry about? Because I can imagine it's probably a pretty stressful time for them.
You mean like during the college recruitment
process? Yeah, the recruitment process. Is there anything that parents, need to know or shouldn't worry about? That maybe they're...
So in the moment, probably not. But if you're looking at it with like a... And I don't say that in like it's
or worry less or
whatever.
About.
Right.
But they should worry less about.
I think people forget that, and this is more big picture, and I'll try and give you an answer that's more kind of catered to, but you play college soccer for 4 years, you're going to be with your family for the next 6 years of your life.
Yeah.
So like, I know so many people that played and loved it, and like played college soccer and loved it, but it's just like it goes by so quick that if you worry about college soccer from the ages of 5 to 18 and it might not go your way, and you let that ruin the next 4 years, like there's so much life after soccer that I promise if you don't go to the college you think you need to go to, or if you don't even play college soccer, you're going to turn out to be just fine.
Yeah.
More pointed though to kind of specific to what you're saying. I think people start to panic when they get to maybe their like second semester of junior year and they're still not committed or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But like I've seen players sign, like we had a girl on Ceph's 07 girls that signed this morning, and she's a senior and it's her second semester of her senior year. Like, again, as long as you're doing what you need to do in terms of going to ID camps and sending out emails, like if you're putting yourself out there, like I said, someone will find you, right? So obviously there's a time crunch on it, but saying that like I need to be committed by this date at this time or else everything's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
It isn't the case. So you have more time than you might think you do. Like I remember Heather and Emmy were kind of going through it. And I think Emmy was really impatient to sign, right? And Heather, to her credit, was like, let's kind of take our time here. Let's see what's out there. And she's ended up at St. Mary's, and it's a great school. I think it's going to be a really good fit for her. So yeah, just kind of knowing if you're not signed by, the first day of your junior year, the sky isn't falling.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. And like I said, in the grand picture or big picture, like my coach, when I was playing, always used to tell me, like, you're a long time retired. Nothing you do in this little 4 to 8 year gap or window, whatever it is, like it's not going to make or break you as a person. You
Yeah.
have 50 or 60 years of your life to kind of figure that out. But yeah, those are two kind of very different answers. But
no, that's good. Last,
can I add something to that? Though?
Absolutely.
I think my parents did very well at this. Was they trusted me?
Yeah.
Right? I think as a parent, you have to trust your kid that they can do the work. Because if my parents sent those emails, I probably would have gotten replies from school that I've been like, "Who are you?"
Right.
But they let me take over. They let Brendan help me take over, and they were kind of like, that was like my first like, you're an adult. You know, like you want this that bad, you go get it.
Yeah.
Don't let us do the work for you. And so I think like as a parent, trusting your kid is massive there.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing each.
Okay.
Last one each.
Yep.
Fondest memory of London, other than the debut, the disastrous debut. Do you have one? Can you think of one?
I have mine. So.
Oh Jesus, that was fast. I mean, I have a few like, but mine are like not.
Is it her coaching the team to the state finals?
That's up. We can talk about that. The 06 girls where you won a Directors Cup in the one game that you had that you coached from. I do think it's. I mean, her signing day was awesome. Like that isn't necessarily like in on the field thing. But it was just, I don't know, it was like a special like culmination of everything. It
was like we did it moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just to be proud of, like, I don't know, I just got to, like, or like, and you're not going to like this one, I don't think, but it was I don't think it was your senior year. I think it was your junior year of high school. And I went to the playoff game and you missed your penalty. But like.
Was it when I rocketed it over?
I think so. Yeah, y'all played Steele. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Jessica Robinson played for Steele.
Yeah.
So I think Brandon and I went out and watched, but even like I love getting to watch players I coach as a fan because it's such like it's just different. Like I don't have to have a critical eye. I can just go out there. Like I was happy she stepped up to take a penalty. Like I didn't care about the outcome. I was like, I'm proud of you for like you took the responsibility. You grabbed the ball. You went and you like it didn't go your way, but like I don't know. I think it's special to kind of be able to watch from a different lens and to be able to watch them and like. That's like second and third round of the playoffs. Madison was really good that year.
Yeah.
Like J.C. Bass on that team, Grace was on that team, Kayla Moreno was on that team. But yeah, something about that stood out. And then I again talk about the competitor. Like I went up and talked to her after the game, and I've never seen a person want to speak to me less than like in my entire life, which I expected. But like I don't know, that's a weird one because it's a negative thing in theory. But like
let me change my memory.
But just like seeing like. Again, being able to sit there and watch her as a fan, and then how proud I was of her for like stepping up and taking the penalty, and then her reaction was funny looking back at it now. But yeah, I don't know. That one just stands out to me because it was cool to kind of be in that environment. But the signing day is the big one, I think. And if you look at stuff like club specific, her coaching the second half of that game whenever I had to go like that, that does stand out to me. Is like that would be burned in my brain. Because our team manager, I remember I left and she called me afterwards. She said, "Yeah, I sat there because London did everything, so I just sat there and let her make subs and do everything." I was like, "Yep, nope, that sounds about right." But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of them. I mean, they're all good memories.
Yeah, hopefully.
No bad ones.
Other than my pen miss and my
that
handball.
one again, like that one weirdly, like I looked at as like a positive for you because it was like, I don't know. I know a lot of players that would have ran away from the penalty, and you went up there and took it. Also, you falling down in like every game.
Every game possible, yeah.
It was just funny. But
I don't think I win a game without falling.
Yeah. Seriously,
Did you want to finish on a fondest memory?
Yeah, I actually have two. One is not necessarily on the field. We were at a tournament, and Brendan told us if we win the tournament, we can wax his legs.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And I have never once played so hard in my life because I was like, this needs to happen.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I probably.
I think I still.
Did he do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture. And you can stick it in.
Yeah, brilliant. Please, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But like that always sticks out to me because that was the first time I've ever was like, wow, a coach cares that much about us.
Yeah.
Like he wants us to win that bad that he's willing to have his
mutilate my body.
legs waxed. And then there was a time where we were potentially going to give you a tattoo because we were going to win another tournament.
Is that the second fondest memory, the tattoo?
No, my second fondest one was signing day, and I remember having signed, and I looked at Brendan, and then we took a photo after, and he was like, "I'm proud of you."
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but like hearing it from him was just like a relief because it was like I had worked so hard to get to this moment and he had helped me so much. And it was like I said, it was like a we did it moment.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of just like wow, like he set me up to succeed from day one.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks about who he is as a person. Is I handballed and I got a yellow my very first game, and yet he still trusted me enough to bring me on the team, and it worked out very nicely for me.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's a brilliant story, and I think we end on that.
Yeah.
I think it's it shows a relationship that you two have built up.
Yeah.
Between the player and the coach.
And we still keep in touch, so I think
Yeah.
it shows
Yeah, 100%.
how much of an impact Brendan's
Yeah.
had on my life.
Well,
I
look-
also, for the record, she would have succeeded in life 100%. I want that firmly on the record. That the type of person she is, I could have been a mannequin, and she would have been just fine.
Yeah.
So I can't take too much credit for her.
No,
success.
it's great. It's been a brilliant story and a brilliant hearing about your journey. So look, thank you so much for coming in, London. We really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Yeah.
And Brendan, thanks for coming in
Yeah.
and being the co-host and
Yeah,
reliving
sorry,
this with us as
I was
well.
10 minutes late.
Yeah.
So always on the field. Can't get him off the field.
Yeah.
Suarez.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, again,
Yep,
thanks for
that's
having
all right.
me.